Question, member from Newmarket Aurora.
Thank you, Speaker. To the Minister of Education. Speaker, trustees elected to the York Region District School Board have been told that it's inappropriate for them to meet in private with parents who want to discuss issues related to school board policy. Parents and trustees elected to represent them want to know whether this directive has come from the minister, and if so, how can the minister so blatantly undermine the role of an elected trustee?
Thank you, Speaker. Well, certainly I very much appreciate the role of locally elected trustees, having been one myself. And I'm also aware that the Education Act is very clear around those 5 conditions that enable boards to hold private sessions where the public is not able to participate. They are very specific. They are outlined in the Education Act. They were in the Education Act when you were in government. They remain there now.
Back in the Davis years.
We are absolutely committed as a government to ensure that school boards act within those legislated guidelines, and if there are people in any community in Ontario that have a question about whether or not boards are conducting business appropriately in public, they should contact this office, and we will definitely look into that.
Very good. Supplementary.
Speaker, these are parents from York Region who simply want to meet with their trustee to talk about public school board issues. The Director of Education has in fact told trustees that they are not allowed to meet with parents in private to discuss these issues. They're being told that a staff member must attend every meeting that trustees have with parents. I would like to know, since when is it inappropriate for trustees duly elected not to be allowed by the Director of Education to meet with parents in private? Will the minister stand in her place and tell us whether she believes it is appropriate, and if so, will she send a directive to this director and every other director who would undermine the role of trustees in this province?
Thank you, Minister.
These rules were established by the
Speaker,
Conservatives.
and I very much appreciate the question. It is an important one, and certainly trustees are accountable to the people who have elected them. They are not accountable to the school board administration when it comes to dealing with the people who elected them. So I would say, Speaker, that trustees do have a responsibility to the people who elected them, that there is nothing in the Education Act that would say that a trustee should not meet with their constituents. That is very clear. Nothing has changed with this government. In fact, we believe that locally elected boards are accountable to their communities, and the best way to do that is to meet with the people who elected them.
Question.